Hey, Philip Digital DJ Tips here. We're looking at Rekordbox today, and specifically the new Rekordbox Professional Plan, which includes unlimited cloud music. I'm going to talk you through what that means, what the features are that you can't get on other versions of Rekordbox, and by the end of the video you'll know for sure whether this is something that you want to upgrade and pay the subscription for. Now, Rekordbox is a piece of software that's designed for you to DJ with, but also it's designed for you to prepare music that you can play on something like this here. Plug in your USB drive with prepared music on it and then DJ either with this kind of gear or of course with Pioneer DJ's Pro gear, the CDJ 3000 type units and so on. So it's a piece of DJ software that does more than any other DJ software because you can use it with controllers, you can use it with standalone gear like this and also with professional gear. And so it's got this kind of like universal function to which they've now added cloud. And it's important that you understand that because some of the things that have been added to the Rekordbox Professional Plan for cloud DJing, for putting your music and your library in the cloud, are not going to make any sense unless you understand it's got this kind of like dual use for DJing without a laptop and also with a laptop in the DJ booth. So that's the first thing I want you to understand. The second thing you need to understand before we go any further is what you're going to pay for all of this stuff, because it might just be that once you understand that, it's not going to be right for you. So let's take a little look at that now. So it's a piece of subscription software. We know that already. It is currently, or until now, you've been able to get Rekordbox with what's called the Creative Plan. And the Creative Plan has cost you $15 euros pounds a month. It's the one you can see in the middle or to the right here, but not the recommended plan. And so for your $14.99 a month, you're getting a version of Rekordbox that contains pretty much everything Rekordbox has got. Loads and loads of features and functions that you can't get on the more basic versions that maybe come with your controller or that you pay a lower price for. So that debate is very last year. Should I be paying $15 a month for Rekordbox? Well, that's up to you to decide. Subscription versus paying an all-out fee. Well, we could talk for hours about that, couldn't we? But the point is you can't pay an all-out fee for Rekordbox. So you want the current version of Rekordbox and you want all the features, you're going to subscribe to it anyway. It costs you $15 a month. So the new plan that you probably saw there on the far right-hand side, for $29.99 a month, basically double the price of the Creative Plan, gives you Rekordbox Cloud Unlimited and all the things I'm about to talk to you about now. So what we need to do is unpick what those things are and decide if they are right for you. So in order to do that, we need to understand how the old version worked with the cloud, because it did work with the cloud. The old version had cloud library update to Dropbox. So we've all got Dropbox, right? We all know what it is. It's a cloud backup system. And what you did was you linked in your Dropbox account with it, and it used your Dropbox account for your music. Your library, cue points, waveforms, playlists, all the rest inside Rekordbox, well, that was also backed up, but Pioneer DJ took care of that. They didn't go anywhere near your Dropbox, but your actual music was, you had to link your Dropbox up for. You know, their decision there, I guess, was, you know, will people ever trust us with their music? We better let them keep their music in something that they understand. Anyway, that's the way it works, and that's the way it still works now. The difference with the new version is that they handle the Dropbox for you. So the box on the right hand side contains the wording Rekordbox Cloud Unlimited powered by Dropbox. So what this means is that you sign up and you pay them $30 euros pounds a month, and you move your, and if you've got a Dropbox already, you move it, or if you haven't, you get one via them, into a Pioneer DJ team account, which has got your own personal Dropbox. They can't see your music or any other files you keep in there, but it's under their umbrella. And the massive advantage of that is you get unlimited backup to it. You could back up whatever you wanted for however long you want, and you'll never end up filling that up. So if you've got a medium to large collection of music, then you'll know that Dropbox can get quite expensive. Well, not so with the Pioneer DJ Professional Plan for Rekordbox, because you get unlimited Dropbox. So that's why the price is double. That's why you pay 15 for the old plan and 30 for the new one, because they're throwing in Dropbox as well. Like I say, if you've got a medium to large collection, 2-3 terabytes upwards, you're probably going to be paying about the same or even saving a bit for this. But it doesn't stop there, because Rekordbox has extra features as well that you don't get on the Creative Plan in Rekordbox. So for instance, when you were in Rekordbox on the Creative plan. The collection I've got here on the far right hand side of the collection, you can probably see loads and loads of little cloud icons literally under the word collection in the library. That's because everything in this collection is backed up to the cloud, and that's what's meant to happen. However, in the old Creative version, you had to do that manually. You had to say, I want to put this in the cloud and that in the cloud, so there was nothing automatic about it. In the new version, it's not only unlimited on Dropbox, but everything goes up there automatically. So there is a little bit of tweaking you can do here. So let's go back to Rekordbox here and I'll show you. In the settings in Rekordbox, you can tell it, you go to settings and you go to advanced and then you go to library sync. You can tell it whether you want to copy your music or move your music to Dropbox when it's introduced to Rekordbox. And that's because for the first time in any DJ software that I know about, Rekordbox will actually do something when you import a track to it. In all DJ software, you import a track and all it does is look where that track is and say, okay, I know where to find that track. It won't move them around your computer for you. This does. This will now move your music when you import it into your unlimited Pioneer DJ Dropbox account. So it's got this cloud copy of it there. And then it'll do it automatically in the background for everything you import from there on in. So you never have to worry about it. I think that's really cool. And the choice you get there is, does it move it and delete it from where it found it, or does it copy it? And there's, you know, it depends upon how you want to handle your music library, which choice you make there. But the point is, it's doing this for you. It's taking your music in and it's putting it into the cloud, and it's all happening automatically. And that is really what you want, because that way you know that any music you play in Rekordbox is just backed up without you worrying about it. And the fact that it's backing the library up in the background as well means that basically you're covered for everything. If you your computer gets smashed up or whatever, you just get another computer, download Rekordbox, log in with your professional account, and your library and your music can all automatically download, and as long as you leave it long enough, bang, it's all there again as if nothing had happened. That's the first time that's been available in Rekordbox, so that's pretty cool. But there's more to it than that. So the professional version has got another feature which a lot of touring and working DJs I think are going to find quite useful. So, you know, a second ago I said this works with any gear where you plug your USB in. I've got a USB plugged in here to this XDJ XZ. And so what happens here is, and those of you that have used this kind of machine will know what happens, you export your music to a drive like this one, right? You plug it into your computer and you say what playlists you want on it, you say what music you want on it, and you click export, and the computer chugs away and it puts everything onto that drive. You walk out the door with your headphones in your drive and you can DJ on any Pioneer DJ equipment, job done. What happens if you lose that? What happens if you lose that USB? Or what happens, which also happens sometimes, the USB is in some Pioneer DJ gear, you're DJing, someone knocks it or pulls it out while it's accessing the drive. That can corrupt the drive, and the only way to deal with that is to just wipe it off again. Let's say you're on the road, you haven't got access to your laptop. What on earth are you going to do? Well, that's the brilliance of the second feature, which is automatically backing up any exports you make to drives. So when you plug a drive into an instance of Pioneer's Rekordbox software, like I've got the Rekordbox software running on here, when you plug in, on the bottom left-hand corner, I won't plug something in now, but on the bottom left-hand corner, it'll say to you, do you want to make auto copies of anything you put on this drive? And you say, yes, I do want to make auto copies of it. And then it'll say, do you want to back them up to the cloud or keep them locally? So it's your choice which way you do it. I'd actually like to see both, please, as an option. It's got to be one or the other. And then you set that, and it will automatically, anything it puts on those devices, it will also put all that info into the cloud for you if you select that. And so, as I say, if you do have a problem with the drive, you can, as long as you can get to anyone's laptop, you can get onto Rekordbox and you can get that back in there, and there's a backup on Dropbox as well that you can get back onto your drive, so all is not lost. So those two features are really the things that you're getting with Rekordbox Professional that you don't get with Rekordbox Creative, that make it more than just a Dropbox and a Rekordbox subscription rolled into one, which in itself would be quite good. You're not paying for two things. You can keep your other stuff on the Dropbox account as well. You actually have to install the Dropbox desktop app on any PCs or Macs that you're using this on. So it's, you know, what's happening in the background is not particularly well hidden. It's using both services, Dropbox and Rekordbox, to do this. So you've got a Dropbox account and you can keep anything that you normally keep in there. You've got that space, and apparently that's unlimited as well. And Pioneer DJ doesn't have access to your files or anything. It doesn't care about that. So it's private, but you might think, actually, no, that to me that isn't private. I don't want to be doing that. That's going to be your choice. But basically, if you've already got a Dropbox, you can stop paying that subscription, move it across, and just pay the one subscription to Pioneer for an unlimited one with music and everything else in it as well. Now, it also works with your mobile phone. So you might not know, but there is a mobile app for Dropbox, for Pioneer DJ's Rekordbox. I've got the mobile app here. Just get that a bit more in camera for you to see. And so this is a little bit different to the way it works on your laptop, because on this you do have to manually download the tunes. You can see some of these tunes are grayed out and some aren't. The ones that aren't grayed out I've actually downloaded already. And that's probably quite wise, because you wouldn't want to download 3 terabytes of music onto your phone, of course, because there's no way your phone can handle that. However, and the reason you do that is so you can prepare your tunes on the go, your library's there, your music's there, just like I was saying about laptops and so on. So you could have the same library backing up in the background on your studio PC as I've got here, on your laptop as I've got here, on your backup laptop, and on your phone and on your iPad. You can work on the tunes, you can add tunes from any of those places, and they'll all be available everywhere. So it is proper cloud and it works really well. On the iPhone app, I think it's all right. I think for music preparation this has always been a bit lacking. There's no key sync on it, so you can't use the same key features when you're practicing mixes and stuff. However, it is useful to have it for adding cue points and for getting music and so on, but I'd like to see them do more work on this, which will add more value to the cloud features in Professional if they do improve the Rekordbox app here. So basically, to cut to the chase, I think this is pretty cool. It's the first time that cloud has been done in a way that is really pretty seamless in the background in any DJ software, and I think people will find it genuinely useful. There's a couple of things I didn't like about it. It's a bit clunky the way it works with Rekordbox, with Dropbox. You get used to that, but it is a bit clunky. It's mainly due to the fact that Dropbox works in a certain way and Rekordbox works in a certain way. It's clunky insofar as it's not very clean the way you set it up and stuff, but it actually works fine. So don't worry about that. The one thing that doesn't work very well is just the odd tune will have a character in its name that Dropbox doesn't like. And the way Rekordbox organizes your music in the background, which you don't have to know about, it puts it in folders that are named after the artist and stuff. Sometimes a weird character in the file name of a track, or the title of a track rather, will break that system. And so if that happens, those tracks can't go in the cloud until you go and change them. And that's something I think they need to fix. You don't want that kind of stuff going on in the background. I also told you a little while ago that this will actually move your music around or copy your music and put it into Dropbox for you. Rekordbox is doing that. You never have to do that. But if you delete a track from your collection, you have to go and find it in Dropbox and delete it from there if you really don't want to keep it anymore. Now, it's unlimited, so there's no reason necessarily to delete it, but some of us like to keep a clean music collection. We don't care if we're allowed to keep more than we want. If we really don't want certain music, we want to get rid of it. And Rekordbox doesn't give you the option to say, do you also want to delete the physical file? And I think it should. Seeing it's looking after adding files, it should also look after taking them out of your system as well. In conclusion, I'm happy to use this. I've been using this with my music. I think it works really well. Your decision is going to be whether you want to pay a subscription for your DJ software at all. And if you are going to pay $15 a month, pounds, euros, to Pioneer DJ for Rekordbox in its Creative Edition, then if cloud is going to be useful to you and you think it's the future, I think paying an extra $15 for unlimited Dropbox is probably a good decision to make. It makes it easier. It works a lot better in Rekordbox Professional than it does in Rekordbox Creative. I don't like the implementation of cloud in Creative because it's not automated enough, and you don't get that backup to USB as well, which is a nice addition to have here. When is all this going to become just the way we do it? I think 5G. I think when 5G internet becomes everywhere, and we just trust that everything we have in the cloud is going to be on all our devices, that's when this is going to come of age. And Rekordbox is showing us with this update that when that happens, Rekordbox is going to be ready for it. You'll still be an early adopter going with this now, but I think this is very, very close to the way it's going to be when it goes mainstream. So that's the Digital DJ Tips look at the Rekordbox Professional cloud platform. I've written this up with more information over on the website, so go and have a look at that. If you've enjoyed this, I don't care if you subscribe to the channel or not, I don't care if you go onto our Facebook, but I do care if you become a free member of Digital DJ Tips. Doing so means that we can keep you informed as to what's going on in the DJ world with our weekly newsletters, and also let you know when we've got exciting stuff for you. To join Digital DJ Tips, go to djtips.co/join. and we will join you up for free there. Go to djtips.co/join. Love to see you over there. Meanwhile, get good, get out there, make the moments. Until next time, bye-bye.